Rotarians, I am telling you today, MPP mpe aibeni bi asem anka Canada Japan on ka se we ya kanini na wuhia aibeni afa ba bontim Ghana for sa ban we anko position on yan to aba na ntia baumia ne rani meti mo fanse sa ba nte bi no Sierra Leone no officer Leone na po Ghana ni Security and Exchange Commission, Data Financial Services and Enterprise Group, Kevin G&G Telecom and Telecommunication Space, Unipass, Ghana Quick Response Codes, GHQR, Power Distribution Services, and a China Semofa Jimmy Soho, Madia Jennifer, because more than a car. Nanado, Kenoforiata, Gabi Ochredako, Asante Bedi too. The Achim mafias, they knew very well. Sir, Alan Chamatimba pa. Omanda pa bededi. And you got better.
Ghana Journalists Association, Onomon Koma, a ban and sing, a far on your TV presenter, Captain Kojo Smart home. Yes, sir, Omunhiano, said it in some kind of Nobel Tacoso. Now, what's an from my Juma Honsem. Emma, and what you need to Captain Kojo Smart can, not just say. Suspension na Juma, 2 minutes, said it, almost share, Media General, Ediswa, Oma Pamo, Captain Kojo Smart, and now say, Oma suspended. Smart was shed down on Casanafi Waba, Nzem. Ozem Grofo Wemo, Ekuofu Wemo, Wine. Base me on day. There's ono I bring to a shed that Jenna home 10 days. Say Wemo. More be in this or more. No one a best sakino. One a best sakino. The Japadi book no one sends some graphene or day, but feel I'm what you wanna yas or no could use smart. No by Indian 70 dear. Hey. What broom one hopes in other answer the other pims as a hair. A Japadi book be a honsam boba when him as a grow as a grown. See him mutie. From fa. Oh, the young people want someone who go almost to say, dear cry simile. And some of the dozen, Minqua minty, the men of you know. Ye boom, near tea some dear. Need you more there, you need you more when the and I are dissected together. It is indeed the God Son's reaction on the God Son television. Bidding the Alexis. Thank you.
Also for smart, as I say, yeah, we never be a never be a no. Woman journalism, not say, oh, good journalism, any mass. You can do your work without doing. Can you imagine that? Oh, to Obama, NDC, MPP, I mean, how can you say that? Chief, where did you learn this journalism from? Where did you learn this from? Young people are coming up, they want to be journalists. You are lucky to be a journalist. I'm lucky to be a news reporter. How do you dissipate the whole career like this? How do you, if that's what Tommy and Anfosi and Godwin Avenobo did, would we have had the respect for the job? How can you talk like that? A big man like you, how can you talk like that on television? And the people who run your television station today were watching. How can you do that? If your child is watching that thing on TV, would you be happy with it? Why do you do things like that? Let us demonstrate that journalism is an intellectual exercise. It's not a competition of insults. The Constitution didn't add insults. What is wrong with you? Why are you dissipating the job? Why are you spoiling the job? Why are you bringing the job opprobrium? Why are you bringing the job disgrace? Why? Where did you come from into the journalism to just come and destroy it like that?
The kindness will be a suspended me, suspended me. And yes, sir, me didn't say I say be so no. But the point is that na my bread, your friend don't talk. And I heard about GJA. I don't want to talk about that institution, that association, you know, that group, you know. I just don't want to talk about it. But I'm a certain crowd. The entire makers and a lot of people were calling me about it. Yeah. The fact still remains. Me member of GJA, me be so da. Because we're a serious association. If members can go take money and organize a press conference about me, I'm a member. Na mentiasie. I've said it and I'm still repeating. 213,000 Ghana cedis. That is the amount of money. A bar say ye di ama Jomfo and then Nkrofo. So Mumfa Nkoye press conference about Captain Smart. Jomfo should come out and deny. It's a 2.13 billion old currency. So Mumfa press conference about Captain Smart. Me can't say win ne and check Ghana for me means asem ka. Me minsuro asem ka and you're number one. Jimmy Semenka. We are me mame, we are me papa, we are wine, we are wine, we are wine, we are wine. Na me se meka chro plain. Menka. The next point is that me se Ghana man your phone no nyina say. One person me no benya asema.
It's a daybreak.
And kasentia Kwame Nkrumah. I am repeating.
This is the
Me say one person me no benya asema. And kasentia Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the founder of Ghana. Ye ni founders. Nana Obwa. Hey, JB Dankwa, he knows nothing about the name Ghana. It's a lie. Aya. You have no idea the number of times they call me. Hey, na enemy why ya be a slow wire? He satopa komubua. But then into me saying Wait. Mami can't me nuanom asantefo a wo MPP mu say. Party we mpanifo adi anim sese no. Wo mo yemo lelelelele. Me na me catch now. What do I do wo ye? They want to discredit every Ashanti in the new patriotic party. Wait. One person ma Ashanti be or MPP mu no. Or look useless. So that next time we you tia. Omaga so fast so eti Asante fo a mo MPP mu no mama wadri mu na o te say je ekufo.
Mama wanim bie
open e kan as a nipa ni bi nti ase.
Mama wanim bie open your eyes.
Open your eyes.
Mama wanim bie open your eyes.
Obi ka say mo wanim mi oni watemo pa che say open your eyes.
Mama wanim bie open your eyes.
These Achim mafias, they have decided, say, the largest regional constituency for the new patriotic party is the Ashanti region. If you don't discredit that region, anybody can come up next time, run up, and then become the leader, and then we'll be in trouble. Sante Sanka, want to me, the regional chairman that. If you say a okun war, a phone nyansafo a yetasen krofodi animu. Say men sabunsu onkasa.
Open your eyes.
Hwade om de jonkuma. Fear here the better nam catch say ya poison no.
Captain Smart, the king of
when the policy. Omukuni say to. Votarians, I am telling you today. MPP mpe aibedi bi asem anka Canada Japan. On kasa we are Canada we share igbeni afa ba bontim. Me am kan. I didn't say that Canada Japan did. But the reality is that no say bo under these people because there's a huge political cartel to do Ghana in. Finito. No, Ghana for sabai we anko position on. Yan to abanent ya baumia. Ne running mate mo fancy. Sabante bi no. Sierra Leone no. Office Sierra Leone. Na po Ghana ni. Is he a Ghanaian? I am asking him to come here. An uncle station be or you comfortable. Top 4. They say Ghana for presenters. I can say top 4. Uncle top 4 no be a stations non from me. Or Ghana ni offering. Ne ma me friend say. E japade sa ne friend no. Document no be as so be kan ho asem okrum ha. Me Onua the entire Onua team yen and yet we dey japade to TV so. Before no ha nka me kire o. Gabi o kire da ko send me message. Gabi ani abre ofra me mprenu manfa. Ena o send me text message. Owie no de WhatsApp pay so. Wey if it's a sad document no be a slow so beka ho asem Ghana ha. It took me and my team we did 2 TV so. Once say obi e kan japade because they said your boy kwan ni ho a asafofo ntimi ntwa so. Se twafo hene ni ho a asafofo omundum ntwa so. to be born kwan it was and obi aka japade meja ma mo nko so men kan biom cause me be ni na pese Ghana fo hunu I mean who born that dog? I mean we got to be sincere with ourselves as people. Me meka enokura ne de ya natural look at this ejapade project ya ne de bai obi asro obi antimi anka yeah, the two on your TV so. Central Bank say Ghana Central Bank is Bank of Ghana Bank of Ghana I am telling you today. Bank of Ghana Akola Pase. Bank of Ghana is dead and gone. From 2012 ABC 2017 Bank of Ghana in Yamfaso. From 2017, based there, Bank of Ghana bought 60 billion Ghana cedis. What are you talking about? Money. Nanado. Huh? Kenoforiata. Any that Chim mafias. We might take over Bank of Ghana.
Manye.
My Bank of Ghana governor here, friends. What am I making? Security and Exchange Commission, Data Financial Services and Enterprise Group, Kevin G&G Telecom and Telecommunication Space, Unipass, Ghana Quick Response Codes, GHQR, Power Distribution Services, and China Semonfa Jimmy in Soho, my dear because some of the car. Ghana by say me we never be catch China then I am on time. Say China for sacred new meters about. Mama GECG. Me catch am say China GECG. Mo ga say na me dwa manum. Japan management agreement. Omo de call. Bank of Ghana gone. Bank of Ghana first deputy strongly aligned gone. Bank of Ghana second deputy gone. Retirement of first deputy placement with strong Baumia lawyers that's gone. Go through Kosro a war fund banking cleanup and your friend war fund no it's a gone. Consolidated Bank of Ghana, a gone. Ghana Amalgamated Trust got 800 million Ghana cedis. It's a gone. A local and international partners gone. Whatever their leverage over key management personnel and some board members to assure funding for private businesses aligned to our cause. In the unlikely event our bloc is not in power, we could also count on them to make pronouncements that will influence public opinion against the ruling government. 7 January 2025, Mahama will be the president of Ghana. It's a gone. Antoinette Kofi, they are my body do them dada. Gone. Ghana Commercial Bank board and key management roles. Gone. The Stanbic gone. Kosro. Ebra. Ujaf. Okododo. Ana. OMPP.
It's a daybreak.
National Insurance Commissioner, so far has worked effectively in furtherance of our objectives. This has underscored a clear understanding of the loyalty to Nanado and our broader political objective. Gone. National Insurance Commission change in leadership. Gone. Nat Nagrat UTAG, TUTAG, GMA, etc. Sponsor of elections of candidates to execute positions of key labor unions. Say. Ghana Bar Association, Peace Council, they are all gone. SIC Group, where they come back, they are gone. Baumia, hold on. Install Baumia as part of the succession plan. It's Baumia, Yachim Mafia plan. Any president, Papa Biano, Bepedi, young kind of French Ghana for. Because let's say, Miriam Babich, no someone came in, I mean, Chemuye. No, Govan Casami did Baumia, Chemuye, Baumia between the president, Papa Biao Kuma. It would be very disastrous to pick a disastrous person to lead this country. SAS, gone. Galamsey gone. Kosro. 29. Yeah. Man fancy so. But what I'm cast I am on Kaimon and Munchim and Manchester. Thank you. The fact is that yes, one can say when I'm going to university, I see a friend state capture and I answer. Anna Yafa Baumia. Sir, ombedi womanim. Nanado, Kenoforiata, Gabi Ochredako, Asante Bedi etu. The Chim mafias, they knew very well. Say Alan Chamatimba pa. Omanda pa bededi. And you go say beto. Let's look for somebody omre. Obi aye hey abe yes sir.
Mumbe Mistiano.
Obi aye hey abe yes sir.
Mufestiano Emani.
Okay.
Mufestiano Emani.
Bawumia is a fine gentleman. No doubt about that. But he has allowed himself to be manipulated to nothing.
Mayana Manye.
Obedi president. You know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? Gabi Ochida come to me atna Czech Republic. No what remote control one kind.
Look, what was that in Humawi? Your friend at Japan. So, me pacho, what they captured here by me. Now, my phone. Men can't assemble in free meeting. Sir, at Japan, you say a bush your kubi, unnatural. Kwayo mumbe faswa. Ghana Japan na everybody do or money or muma, and no massive for them, and some. And Tinipa or throw forward, and I was sign of Oriata. Now, forward, you know, what they share the first paragraph. First paragraph.
Okay.
Was say to our future, made up of the present and the unborn, for whom this will of a nation is being prepared. So, was say a dachi? Any nasi tell you woman, any young kola, any and Kansama young war mono. Womo, and na yes, sir, a Japadie or minor Japadie, a diamaomo. So, what do you to me, Masi and Mamma Obi says to me now, the man. What the ye Japadie, Ghana as Japadie dina de ma nasifo. And we are quiet. Now, what say to our foremost king of Oripeni, the progenies spread across this world, for whom and to whom alone this sacred document is prepared. Ye yes, Sadia Wegina, the share of Oripeni and Munyam. Ghana 40. Hey, careful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Paragraph 5.
Paragraph 5.
Was it currently with Nanado in total control of the whole entity of Ghana? We have a duty to ensure that we take over the commanding height of the essential fabric of the country, in order that even in the event that Nana leaves the scene after the mandatory 8 years, the sons and daughters of Ochimai will be firmly secured and such control, both financially and economically, that we can no longer be ignored in the battle to control the destiny of Ghana. Ghana for Muntio. Memmo example say this is not a fiction.
Actually, a planet.
And yet, it's working. Working. In the forward now, me more baby. What's it? We free 5. Now we back 7. Paragraph 7.
6, 7, yeah.
What's it? In doing this, we need to be strategic. We will have to work with other people from some of the diverse ethnic groups, including some carefully selected people in Ashanti and other diverse ethnicities or land. This would make them believe that they also have a hand in the pie. It will be obscure. It will obscure any suspicion that the project is essentially an Oforupeni project. This point is crucial because with electoral politics, we have to have our eyes on the numbers in the electoral process. We cannot be blatant until we are completely secured in the endeavor. It is especially so because so far, the Ashantis constitute the single most populous ethnic groups in the country. So, it is for the young man, and I say, according to paragraph 19 in your kind. Paragraph 9. Was it although the Ashanti group within the current MPP is gearing itself to take over the party after the next tenure in 2024? It will be ideal if we could work to bypass them in 2024. Almost as here. Now, with hard work, we could work to pass the mantle over to non-account person, preferably from the north, under whose presidency we could secure the maturity of our takeover projects. Where a prophecy I see. So being a trend down what church and say a fiction and the interest any panel or a prophet. And why a prophet?
A serious issue.
What's say? Ashanti region, and that's Ashanti for our MPP party. Or more prepared to take over from Nana Kufado. Yeko primaries. Alan Chamantin from Ashanti. Boacha Japo from Ashanti. Adainimo from Ashanti. Akutofie from Ashanti. Kobna Japon from Ashanti. 5 people. 5. Out of 9 you say you know Mokoy. Kojo Poko is for Abraka 6. Yeah. So so wamu nyese wamu be bypass Ashanti region. Traditionally, Ashanti region is superb, very strong. Otunfo UK. Yamano kwan ye beso ano in the palanquin. Ewo UK. Akwesida no kwakodino. Omo makwa ye beso ano. Omo beji a whole street near group ketene eyi. Ohini bia ni ho betima kwa sade no. It is a sadia. Then let's cut the Ashanti politically. It is a betima ye so so a yampe obi a wo ye non-account person. Yemfa mano. See that man go anko prebi e bia na get. Hey, I'm gonna be back on preview if you don't get that, me. But what more ahead, preferably a person from the north. And then me no work as a MPP Frabera over here.
No.
Over him. Or once was it sa prophecy no. Abem. Look, mame Emma one day. Book where the mashada kind power.
I said, baby, I will pass our kinds of what you know, dear. Say, I will better.
Me mpese obi be wia enti na ma church rodin.
Okay.
Wo wia pa wo bie ya no bia hu say media. So ne ete no. Hwe. Sa Labadi beach in sensem na senate to na yenko any ade. Eye den ana director general of senate Dr. Tinkrai ye nadi. Obi amwo hu ne ye nadi.
Debi. Letter no so to me say nipa o chore na bu afu pa.
Papa no ye na o me twa me hu wo America basisi a onya phone call as a Galloway.
Proceed on leave.
Because now he was not in agreement on certain things. Now, share near Ejapade Eka is talking about Mamima head in answer. He's talking about banking. Banking.
Okay, higher banking.
Banking or much chim. Mother. Mother near Bank of Ghana. Biological children. Ghana indigenous banks.
Banks. No.
And they were adopted children. Adopted children hona mekono. APSA, EcoBank, Yimuni near Gaika. Or when they adopted. Now, on the adopted, EcoBank. Was it we have 2 routes of entry into the institution. First is through Senate, which has a seat on the board of EcoBank Ghana by virtue of its shareholding. The seat is occupied by the Director General of Senate. In phase 2 of our agenda, Kofi Bosompem Osafo-Maafo, who is a Deputy Director General of Senate, should be made the Director General to give him the seat on the EcoBank Ghana board.
To me.
Hey. On the EcoBank Ghana board. And now we know who is the Director General of Ghana Senate.
Bosompem.
What take his seat in all? You are my bisu. You are my bisu. Secondary. Papa, we madam for me respecting the panty. You are born wife with him in Pesamako. Would you mammy see honum? Would you book to be now?
Why would you say?
Under banking. Who send your city? It's yet honum. Ama a bushuanko bako. Edge Ghana Japadiana. So, Capital Bank, why a fast or you go Pakwasi in Doom Bank and any actual has.
No, there were. And there's a portion of my kind.
I don't know how say no. Now, over under insurance, your mother, your biological, and you were adopted. So, now, quite your mufaswa, ye pia SSC chain. Near Kofa enterprise insurance, and non the Yebia, enterprise insurance, one in Nura.
Cano for that.
Government a Yibia. Ya force bia. One farm enterprise insurance, you are in trouble.
And as SIC near your mind, dear, and I am bassa.
Jatu baby. Jatu baby. Share Uko bank setter. Quite fast so ya data bank. And there ye be loans I change na ni ade. Nipa bushan ba ko pe. Ya no mu de ya gala we for. Who can we ya? Obi TMP pimbe so re gina e ba be defend this rot. Now what you want na wo bre. Yes say to our future, present and unborn.
To a more yet, I didn't say by your mamma, or young woman pono, or mum bebre.
What kind of area or partner will say? Ghana has said this tribe is going to be the movers and shakers of Ghana.
Indeed.
It is a bibiba poswa. Womono kasape enu no obi abedi
order from above.
Oh, pesika dia ye bibia ehọ na obeko eni ade. We are here. We are quiet. We benya obi no aba begina no wo defend it. Eish. I will not.
Now on my name yetimi aboka ma ye kan tia. Na ye pre carry forward.
Ye mo Ghana farmer nipa baako. Ye nyina ye dia. Ye nyina ye dia. Hwe no dia ba gwasindu. Ye no dia no.
Atwra to dada.
Ye twa to.
Ni din nyina wo.
Me pese be kan ne honum no because of Sadi Wenti. So
okay.
Because of that enti me pese me kan.
Ka me kra so me bebo. Ye mrei.
Mami samo example. What if you na ka say fictional? Then that writer we need to look for him. Now on professor on this country. Minim ya edin ya mebo din na chiro. The writer no mabo ni do Madam Fopa.
Do you try Japade book no?
Madam Fopa, we dey mebo ni din chiro. As we are moving on. Mebo ni din chiro. One dey aboni din, one ni co-writers ni ade. Wo mo edin nwom bia hyehyehye o monza. Wo the technical team led by DM Oforiata should further evaluate the following details in order to choose the appropriate site. Galamsey. According to this book, omo 332 Galamsey companies. Ni nyina ayi ha. Omo ni. Omo na hyehyana. Wo the Northern Gold Coast Enterprise. So and so Amanfi East. Wasa Amanfi East. Wofa say ya Takwa Insoyom Municipal. Just say every district they are there. Pristina, Nzima East. Omo chiche omo nyina gum. Eti hwan na ka che o say Galamsey ebetu azie. Hwan na ka azam ni show. Se beti metu azie dia na che say esese abansi samba. O say o mama. Don't say o mama. Mami try ade bako. Undermining oil and gas industries. What did he? Was it our mining as well as oil and gas strategies constitute a major plank of the blueprint for controlling the extraction of natural resources, which God has generously bestowed on Ghana, particularly the Achem land. Was it to this end? A cursory look at the approved concessions should be looked at, as Santi Bedietro is to lead the process to take over this concession detail below and consolidate them into the standard Ejapa LLC incorporated in Jersey. Ejapa Ango Parliament. Sir, your mineral say you or moon above royalties in the Gagaon. Adjenekesi. The BT Ghana. Now, on this note, I will salute the minority in Parliament.
Yeah, and do a mom who ye ding, so a mom penny.
Share Ejapa LLC incorporated in Jersey. Ya call registered company no abrochiri. And the by the same rofu bi na ba be hweso amai. One who dey ebo ha.
Oforiata.
There be
Hey, as Auntie Bedietro.
O say o make sure. Say something many na akoso. And a parliament. Parliament bo Mugalawe. And yes, and mineral resources, a yibia or mujibia, a quabushambago. How can we live in a country like this? Eh? How can we live in a country like this? Ghana, baby, are you good near you know, mamma pono honum, kama. Huh? I had you now, take over. I didn't anarchist as a state. Yasimbo Bianconco to Galamse, a war, ye quiet. Now, man for whom, the intimate stop war. Do you know one strategy?
I didn't see I can't time the presidency in our two on the line.
Do you know the strategy? You bet you you suggest 3 days. You baby will be a mobile. That's all the strategy about me. No.
Wow.
Now Ghana forces, or more corner, or more fly, or more jet was rohonum. Near start to say a spray quiet no one the bill. Why the bill quiet no more?
Obian
Raho. That's yes, Debbie. Yes, a boy a quiet home by. Now a bushia pobi, according to this book.
It's I don't know. It's say yeah, you know only because we are the taxpayers' money. Near the ama operation, the galam stop was a wine. Near Sunday bomb hoka. All in the name say yes, stop it. Galam says you to me stop it.
Okay, telecommunication. I'll answer about. Say digitization betima koyeno. Yes, say low data. Low cost in data. Now we talk data. 100 cities. Any 3 days, NASA. How can you drive that? Ninji nano. Ehun sam shisha. What you say? Bisa telcos bisa omo. Me say ya munyusu RTI no, munyusu. He fan omo to omo yi any saying eye den na sa pricing we ever. First na go mu na to no NCA. Fofofo. The first to data e check. Ya di nkrofobia be hihiem. Eti no NCA Emma 1/3 omuna de 2/3 eti telcos no betimato kitwa bi ewo NCA na fa kese na no akwakoto no ba bi ono soso no be say 3 times the price NCA de be ma eti ho de betua me ne wo na etua ekogu abusuan ba ko account mu na omo ache eno na why
wickedness.
So there, General. Share. Me say the poor trust are the way. Or prophet. A man for so be nation them no Troy no the 12 thing. And I'm seeing a prophet. Listen. The political terrain. How do you know the political terrain? I don't want the party. African the Japan aba. Na fe Samuel Kudiso, John Bodu diso. Now the Lawrence factor aba. Other minor parties in the religious and chieftaincy. Nti other smaller parties, you know, or more kasa you should understand. That should be no more kasa no.
Achichira shomanum. Na no ba ko bia manitua no. Abo kama say na wo wani abra ope power pa na wo kasa ti say obi a wo ye government spokesperson ni.
Cars bebre so.
Hey.
Enyo na kana asemi. Nye de cars bebre.
Ai. Me say ana wo pe president ni bia dia na say den. What's that the PR ama government? Almost so many say ha.
Omo sha say. She oh, say I don't yeah, hand you over that.
Ewa ha.
Kroma. Yeah, you know Kroma. Mo hand you over. What the security for on yes on the DJ. Ade omuni ani, omuni adwene. Omo hu say obi e pep change. E change no. On bed Daniel Bumu a. Mo anga say omo hu say. Che what's it as we make final push for EC registration? It is sub IUA about 2019. It is important to roll out our final onslaught to ensure that NDC eventually become a fringe party. Whereas we do not expect the Electoral Commissioner herself to blatantly cripple the NDC, we could deploy the other non-EC functions, such as the need to maintain law and order. So what? Using our people within the security agencies to frustrate NDC supporters from either registering or voting. I know my body, Brad Champon will be the key in this endeavor.
And no so had you over. Also, I'm a brain come say yabem. Because one of that done another day, they hand you over, hand you over. Would you how? We ask our mama come say yabem.
Was it before then? We must have a critical evaluation of our strength and weakness in order to be well positioned for the task ahead. Now, the party, or that's a party. So, the youth and women's wing of our party remain our weakest link. Every effort must therefore be made to get our national organizer to fill in the gap. Same apply to getting Eslausu to assist the women's wing. I do way by 2019, 2020 elections. Eslausu ja.
Ablekuma West.
Ablekuma West. No one nam Tolong, no one nam Borga Central, no one nam Wa, no one nam Babia. And then never has it. We should assist the women's wing. Eti, the writer, the great prophet of our time,
great prophet.
say a yet calculated plan. That's when you say a G2 say it's a fiction there. Now, the greatest prophet in our time. As a CAT
because more dealing they are doing the same thing.
No more catch a grade up, or more cafa Japan, above Adam. No more kind of mobile, say Alan, ever be take over. They should try and then bypass him. Young of being free enough. Abum. The Bio Muka book in Ubia, abum. Don't board with the American crown memorable.
You are quite fast to
Omu yes, a bit too.
Yeah, tune simple, Name Brian Mobile. Oh. What's your cognum no ada?
You're too so simple. Ma obia emphasize the way in diagro. Maybe obia who say a book muna make free. And I'm not the writer. At Ghana, nipa bebre ekitasa the way I make. At your baby, you have a Ghana for whom. No one take a wise decision. Because national cake, you know, a ye na yedia. Adenti. And I say, yeah. Now, the national situation as regard to the media landscape. Me babe King can baby actually. No one who said the Yama essay air cover. Me babe King can baby. Hey, what can I do?
Oh, Tony.
What can I do?
Now, your projection, man, see Pepe say the answer.
Eslausu on closure of opposition media. We score Eslausu 70%. For her execution of the agenda to close down pro-NDC radio and television stations. Yeah. While we praise her for closing media entities such as Radio XYZ, Capital Radio, Muntie FM, and many more, she scored some low marks in the implementation of the strategy. We expected her to leave Radio Gold from the list for obvious tactical reasons. She could have waived their debt like she has done for our friendly stations, such as Ask FM in Kumasi. She could have been fired for the avoidable backlash in strategy, but for her long-standing role as Nane's protege.
Hey! But I want
Phase 2. Tier phase 2. Phase 2 of media control. Was it there is no doubt that Joy 99.7 FM and the multimedia group will remain an industry leaders in the communication sphere of the country. While relying on them as a veritable ally, anti-MPP agenda by some of their staff does not pretend well to us. We were left with no choice but to have used our voice, in quote, to threaten Manasseh Azuri Awuni, while his publication on the past inured to our political benefit. He has overstretched himself in his attempt to assume an air of neutrality. He was influential to our historic victory, but his constant attack on government, culminating into the militia documentary, was most unfortunate. Okay? Okay. Some multimedia, omo lead in the airwaves. Awa hase. Na adwuma wo mo yeye e de boa MPP mo ba victory no. Good. Na so some of the elements wo mo a o ma kwakoye Oma kwakoye anti government. Enti no, omo sheda no omo use boys. E dey threaten Manasseh Ajuri. Ebe mo na zama. Manasseh Ajuri anyane akwankwa South Africa.
South Africa boy dey ho adwa.
Ni ye ka that time na me hu we me say ebe de na sade we abam. Enya no kre. Sana ye no kre pa. Sana ye no kre. Enti se obi na tena ne dem trotro sade we. Ema no ba out 2019. Na after 2020 election, Samuel we nyina esisi a me say let us look for the person. Let us look for that person. Oh, me boy, me say DM for writer. We say oye co-writer. Oye madam for me no. Na wo hwe hijacking of GBC. Enye jumada. Now the judiciary and governance in Ghana. Yen parking court. So that the next 20 years, they can be in control. I don't want to see nominating more people to Supreme Court. Agenda in